Good day, and thank you for standing by. Welcome to Lotus Technology Inc. fourth quarter and full year 2023 earnings conference call. At this time, all participants are in listen-only mode. After the speaker's presentation, there will be question and answer session. To ask a question during the session, you will need to press star 11 on your telephone. You will then hear an automated message advising your hand is raised. To withdraw your request, please press star 11 again. Please be advised that today's conference is being recorded. It is now my pleasure to hand you over to the Head of Investor Relations, Ms. Demi Zhang. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Amber. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lotus Tech's fourth quarter and the fiscal year 2023 earnings conference call. This is Demi Zhang, the Head of IR at Lotus. Joining me today is our CEO, Mr. Jingfeng Feng, and CFO, Alexius Lee. On today's call, we will have CFO Alexius begin with prepared remarks, while CEO Mr. Feng will join for the Q&A. Before we continue, please be reminded that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements pursuant to the Safe Harbor provisions of the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Forward-looking statements involve inherent risks and uncertainties. As such, the company's actual results may be materially different from the views expressed today. Further information regarding risks and uncertainties is included in relevant filings of Lotus Tech with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company undertakes no obligation to update any forward-looking statement, except as required under applicable law. Please also note that Lotus Tech's earnings press release and this conference call will include the disclosure of unaudited GAAP financial information, as well as unaudited non-GAAP financial measures. Please refer to our press release, which contains a reconciliation of unaudited non-GAAP measures to comparable GAAP measures. Lotus Tech is a pioneering luxury BEV maker under the iconic British brand Lotus. With 76 years of racing heritage, world-class R&D capabilities, unique asset-light model, and a well-balanced global distribution network, we are delivering high-performance, environmental-friendly product portfolio and strong growth with healthy margin financial performance to all. This is the first earnings call since we become a public company. We are very grateful for the attention and the support from everyone during the past. In today's call, CFO Alexius will take us to review Lotus Tech's financial and operational results in the past year and forward-looking in 2024 and onwards. I will now turn over to our CFO, Alexius. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Demi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone on the line. My name is Alexius Lee. I'm the CFO of the company. Can we go to the slide, please? Thank you. Yes. So I want to begin with sharing our financial year 2023, which was the first year that the Lotus branded BEV, battery electric vehicle, began its delivery. Lotus Tech delivered approximately 7,000 units and generated nearly 680 million in revenue. Both are record numbers in the 76 years of the Lotus history. Quarter-on-quarter and half-over-half growth momentum was strong, and most notably, fourth quarter 23 will contribute more than 40% of both revenue and volume. Gross profit margin was 15% on the first year, much better than most EV startups' first year of delivery and comparable to traditional mass market peers. Next slide, please. Chart to your left, which shows that in FY23, lifestyle BEV models contribute 63% of total volume, while the sports car sales contributes about 37% of volume. The electric SUV Eletre model is the result of our product portfolio expansion to tap into the broader luxury segment. The brand got a positive impact, and traditional sports car sales also grew significantly. All these are pointing to Lotus evolving from a niche sports car supplier to a luxury performance mobility brand. Chart in the middle and the right shows the vehicle delivery and the retail network distribution across the world. China market takes up 30% of total retail stores, by more than 40% of total vehicle delivery. The China market contribution is artificially inflated because other market delivery was slower given 2 to 3 months for international shipment and clearance. Lotus network is well established globally, and our regional distribution mix will normalize gradually, with China contributing around 35 to 40% of total demand. Lotus Tech, the company that's listed in NASDAQ, is responsible for the global distribution of Lotus branded vehicles and will capture all the financial returns from the Lotus development. Over the last 12 to 15 months, effort was spent by our commercial department to achieve 5 major deliverables. Number 1, we put together the global distribution network, which includes 100 plus traditional sports car retailers. We work with these network partners to expand their product portfolios to include lifestyle models such as the Eletre E-Class SUV and the Emeya electric E-Class sedan, and others. Number 3, we help them upgrade their retail stores to house more vehicles, integrate into the new Lotus identity, and plan their customer events. Number 4, we increase the expertise and investments in charging infrastructures, digital OS ecosystems, and ADAS, and these are potential new revenue streams for both the network partners and Lotus. Number 5, we identify pockets of synergies in logistics, warehousing, marketing, branding, and realize OPEX reduction, CAPEX optimizations to share costs and boost efficiencies. This slide shows our award-winning E-Class electric SUV, the Eletre model, which was launched in 2022 and began delivery in 2023 early. The image shows the traditional Lotus yellow on our Eletre, which has a single eye headlight design. The Eletre model will begin delivery in the US market from the second half of 2024. This slide shows our 4-door E-Class electric sedan model, which was launched in New York City in September 2023. The number of awards and positive feedbacks are piling up as we speak. Besides superior performances and interior luxury concoction, the Emeya model is most known for its double eyelid headlight design versus the single eyelid Eletre. This model just began its China delivery, and the EU and UK customers will start receiving their orders in the second half of this year. Lotus has always been an award winner, known for innovations and F1 traditions and accolades. While we are previously known for our market-leading engineering services, aerodynamic designs, and material science, Lotus is also known for its relentless pursuit for next-generation automobility technologies. Now, I'd like to point to the middle row, if everyone can take a look. These are the display of our awards in electric charging, digital OS systems, and also smartification AIs. These are next-generation technologies which Lotus is pioneering in. Next slide. We value our brand mission for the drivers and put them into action. During the Lotus Day 2023, we invited more than 600 Lotus drivers and VIPs to not only celebrate the new product launch in China Formula One circuit, but we also used the test driving session of our smart BEVs to engage with our customers to capture their ideas, contributions that can potentially be incepted in our next upgrades, our next generation innovations and designs. As a pioneer among traditional luxury brands to spearhead into the full transformation towards electrification model, Lotus is also way ahead in terms of establish our charging infrastructure. More than 300,000 charging stations across Europe and China are now accessible for Lotus BEV drivers. We set to outperform. We also look to potentially double this number when the full rollout of the US and the rest of the world market infrastructures are well established to keep up. Among them, some of the Lotus-owned charging stations would offer fully robotic charging arm to provide a world-class experience and a seamless charging feel. Next slide. As the chair of the ESG committee, I will emphasize that sustainability is at the core of our Vision 80 strategy, and Lotus Tech joins several organizations such as the UNGC and others on the bottom left corner to commit to to support our commitments. Some of the recognitions and achievements in 2023 include 100% renewable energy usage in our Germany and London office. The Lotus Smart Factory in Wuhan was awarded as the National Green Factory, which is a very exclusive award. We have solar-powered charging infrastructures to achieve carbonization. More importantly, many joint research were conducted to protect customer data privacy, drive supply chain decarbonization, and become part of the first ESG report that was published by the company in 2023. Now, coming back to the financials, the first column shows our 4Q23 financials, which registered very strong quarter-over-quarter growth versus the third quarter. Fourth quarter 23 was a strong quarter with more than 110% quarter-over-quarter growth in units, driven by delivery into the US market. The second column to the right shows our FY23 financials, which was a big jump versus 2022. Nearly 7,000 units was delivered, a huge jump versus only 7 units in 2022, which is also a testament of the company's ability to operate globally as the business scales up before the unprecedented times in 2020 and before. The management team will continue to build on its strength and improve operational excellence to support overall growth plan. Revenue generation of $680 million means an ASP of nearly $100,000 per unit for the year, in line with management expectations and guidances. Gross profit margin outperformed at 15% despite rising cost uncertainties from global shipping and insurances. Adjusted EBITDA is a loss of $693 million, was in line with 2022, similar to the EBIT and net loss categories. Next slide, please. Next. A key pointer here is that we have currently 4 Lotus models available in 2024. Next slide. To your right, you will note the progressive volume available in 2024. In 2023, only 90% and 60% of the markets would have access to the Emeya sports car and the Eletre SUV. This will change very quickly as 100% of the total retail markets will have access to these models in 2024, especially in the second half. More importantly to that, 30% of the markets will have access to the newly launched Emeya, the E-Class electric sedan model that was launched in New York last fall. To your left, you will note the progressive plan we have to expand the number of Lotus retail stores in 2024 and 2025. More importantly, existing stores will also be upgraded and expanded to house more models and provide space for better customer engagement. In short, our FY24-25 growth will be powered by more models into more markets through more stores. Next slide, please. Lotus also looked at rolling out our exclusive bespoke services in 2024 to offer exclusivity, luxury specifications to Lotus fans and owners. Many of these designs are limited edition and tailor-made. High adoption of the bespoke service will not only drive ASP, but also GPM improvement. This is a quick look at our Emeya, the Halo car, which is the electric hyper sports car with horsepower, 2,000 horsepower and price above $2.2 million per unit. This model is a symbol of the great bespoken opportunity with lots of customization for superior luxury customer segment. Emeya will begin delivery in 2024, and its first racetrack debut in China was 2 weeks ago. Jenson Button, Formula One World Champion, track drove the Emeya during the China Lotus Day and generated great traction with high net worth Chinese car owners. Lotus Day is a valuable opportunity for the brand to engage with customers via the debut track driving of the limited edition Emeya and the launch of the new Emeya E-Class electric sedan model. Passion of the F1 pedigree was reignited, with thousands of customers getting together to know the brand and see the history and test both the sports car and the lifestyle models. One important notice here under the O is the airplane that was actually in China for customers to actually take photo and be engaged with. Next. Other marquee events in 2024 to help build our iconic brand includes the Monterey Car Week, Golden Festival of Car Speed, and other exclusive racetrack events. Our commitment to ESG will continue. We will publish our second Lotus ESG report and engage stakeholders' communications through a variety of channels, such as public survey, roadshows, and even seminars. Evaluation and training internally with our employees and externally with our suppliers will become the focus in 2024. Next slide, please. Coming back to our 2024 outlook, to your left, it is important to note that before the BEV was delivered, only an average of 1,200 units of Lotus branded vehicles were sold annually between 2018 and 2022. We achieved nearly 7,000 units of sales in 2023, and we are targeting 26,000 units in 2024. Expansion into the lifestyle models of SUV, sedan opened up opportunities to a much bigger luxury auto brands segment. Getting listed in Nasdaq allow access to capital and better strategic partners. The Lotus franchise is definitely becoming stronger, with more models in more markets through bigger and better stores. Given the brand evolution, we also expect the sales of the sports car to continue to ride on the opportunity and grow continuously. In the middle segment, we expect the sales revenue of $2.5 to $2.7 billion in financial year 2024. ASP already expanded versus the 2018 to 2022 average, but we continue to see upside opportunity, potentially from higher adoption of high-spec R models and bespoken services. To the right, you will see the gross profit margin evolution and forecast. Company continues to see positive GPM improvement to 17 to 19% as compared to 15% in 2023. These will be mainly driven by positive scale effect and operating leverage. This said, focusing on identifying the synergies and cost-saving opportunities, coupled with the execution on cost-down measures in both sourcing and operation, will continue to boost bottom line. Next slide. As mentioned previously, 4 models of Lotus branded vehicles will be available for sale in different markets this year. By 2025, All of these models will be available in 100% of our retail stores. The next model of Type 134, a D-Class electric SUV, will be launched in FY25 with a stable cycle volume of 70 to 80,000 units per annum. The next model of a BEV sports car, our Type 135, will be launched in FY26. This would imply that we have 6 models in our hand to support our future growth trajectory. Next slide. Strong British heritage, historical F1 pedigree, and well known for our engineering and service excellence is what sets Lotus apart from EV startups. Our full commitment to transformation to smart BEV and pioneer in advanced automobility technology development also puts us ahead of our traditional luxury peers, especially during these disruptive times. Geely is a strategic shareholder and mainly empower Lotus in global manufacturing, supply chain procurement, talent incubation, R&D, and other opportunities for growth. Lotus Tech also has a strategic partner with L. Catterton that offers brand building, consumer insights, and access to LVMH resources. Next slide. On the ESG front, every new model since 2023 are fully electric EVs, and all new models or all new car sales by 2028 will be fully electric. The company aims to achieve carbon neutral from supply chain to operational facilities, business operatives, distribution network, and customer engagement activities. The aim is to secure top ESG rating with our stakeholders and aim for long-term sustainability for the industry and the company. Next slide. Besides our long-term ESG commitment, we also have a midterm business target. Vision 80 strategy was forged in 2018 and it will end in 2028, which is the 80th anniversary for the Lotus brand. The objectives are portfolio expansion to lifestyle models such as SUV, sedan, and others. And number 2, a full transformation towards BEVs and an early mover in smart technology adoption. By 2028, management's view is for 4% market share in the luxury segment that is priced above $80,000 per unit and 80% CAGR delivery volume growth. More importantly, more than 30% gross profit margin. Revenue profile will expand from traditional car sales, whether new or used, racing, and aftermarket, to include high-margin revenue streams such as technology IP licensing to both Geely family brands and other luxury peers. Number 2, ADAS, both L2 and L2 Plus software subscription. Number 3, charging services. Number 4, in-car purchases via a fully digital operating system. The growth is enormous. We appreciate your attendance today, and we look forward to continue delivering our cars to Lotus drivers and cash to our shareholders. Thank you for the session today. I'll pass it over to Danny again. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexius, and thank you, everyone. Operator Amber, we're ready for Q&A.
Thank you. We will now open question and answer session. As a reminder, to ask a question, please press *11 on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. To withdraw your question, please press *11 again. Please stand by while we compile the Q&A roster. Once again, that's star 11 for questions. Our first question comes from the line of Edison Yu from Deutsche Bank. Please ask your question, Edison.
Hi. Thank you for taking our questions. First one is on the guidance for this year. How should we think about the mix of models and also the quarterly cadence of achieving that?
Thank you, Edison, for your question. And I will invite CFO Alexius to answer your question. Alexius, please.
So the first question is on the mix in 2024. Right?
Yes, the mix of models in 24.
So thank you for asking the question and thank you for participation today. In 2024, lifestyle vehicles, which is a composite of both the Eletre E-Class electric SUV and also the Emeya, the E-Class electric sedan, will contribute more than 80% of total volume. Okay. And the remaining 20% is coming from the sports car. So at that end, the mix is showing growth in both the BEV segment and also the sports car segment.
Edison also asked about the quarterly outlook during the year. If there is any comments on the quarterly performance this year.
So based on the first quarter's momentum, we are already in line with our outlook and focus. We think that definitely as a brand that is going through more stores, offering more models, at the same time into more markets, the growth per quarter is going to be growing on a quarter-over-quarter basis, similar to what is experienced in 2023. Like I mentioned just now, 2024 second half is a pivotal period where we will not only have entrance into the US market, but also begin delivering into other rest of the world markets. Yeah. So definitely we think that we are in a good position on targets for this year. Thank you.
Understood. Second question, can we get an update on the order book? I think you last disclosed it exiting the third quarter. Do we have an updated number for either exiting the fourth quarter or as of even end of March?
Yeah, thank you, Edison. I will invite the CEO, Mr. Feng, to answer your question. Mr. Feng, please.
首先，刚才 Alex 也说了，第一季度我们的这个目标是已经达成的。
Like Alexius, our CFO, previously mentioned, we have pretty much in line with our targets for this year, quarter one.
目前呢，公司也正在扩张我们也进入了这个跑车，首先今年已经进入在美国进行交付。那么 SUV 呢，也会在这个第二季度的时候，就是这个第二季度的时候 ，Eletre 开启大定。那么 Emeya 我们的那个 GT 跑车GT 这个轿车3月份也会在我们在3月份已经在欧洲开启大定。
In addition to that, our company is currently expanding for the sports car. We have already started our delivery in the US market. For our E-segment SUV, Eletre, it is going to open its order channel in the US in the quarter 2 this year. And our E-segment electric GT Emeya has already opened the order channel in the EU this March.
尤其是我们在美国，随着我们的渠道的扩展，那么 Eletre 也已经进入到美国开启了试驾。那么这个季度我们将会会明确我们在美国的这种开启订单以后订单的表现情况。
In the US, as we have been expanding our retail channels and we have already prepared the testing vehicle of Eletre for our consumers to try. And getting into the quarter 2, we will be clearer about our performance.
现在我们最重要的是关注的是交付。这个全球各个地方已经开始这个售卖的地方，那么关注的是交付而非订单。 那么今年我们对自己的业绩还是表现得非常不错的。
And this year, our most important indicator will be the delivery numbers, particularly in the regions that we have already started ourselves instead of orders. As of today, we are pretty confident and happy about the current performance.
下半年的时候，我们就会在这个北美还有日韩进行交付。
In the second half of this year, we are going to start the delivery in North America region, Japan and South Korea.
所以说，我们关注的不仅仅是订单，更重要的是我们能够把我们现在已经获得的订单能够很好交付。
So order book is not only our indicators, and we are more pivot on the delivery of those orders that we have already acquired.
Yes, thank you.
谢谢方总。
All right. Thank you, Edison. Our next question comes from the line of Mengyang Lin from Zhongde Securities. Please ask your question, Mengyang.
Thank you. My question is, what is the market strategy of overseas market in 2024? And what is the market plan in US?
这样首先我们全年的从销量上、交付的量上来讲，海外的市场将会占我们60%。
Well, with the delivery numbers and the sales numbers, non-China market is going to account for 60% of our total sales.
大家都非常关注美国市场，美国市场也是我们今年最重要的市场。那么现在我们跑车已经在美国开始交付，这个交付的这个销量、交付的量非常好。那么今年要交付的目标完全都能够实现。那么电动生活用车呢，我们在美国的制造商注册已经完成。剩下的就是认证的工作都在按计划推进。那么4月份就是这个季度我们开启大订以后，我们会持续关注这个订单的这个表现。那么下半年这个 Eletre 也就是我们的 Hyper SUV 也将在美国进行交付。
And for the US market, it is absolutely important for us. The sports car has already acquired a good performance on its delivery numbers, and it can deliver our annual target this year. For lifestyle vehicle, we have already acquired the US manufacturer registration, and in the later phases, we will progress based on the certification plan. This April, when we opened the order channel, we are going to take a look at the order performance and follow it closely. And in the second half of this year, we will commence the deliveries in the US market.
虽然大订还没有开启，但是我们试驾开启以后，用户的反馈还是非常非常好的。
Although at this moment we haven't opened the order channel, however, we have already received the positive feedback through the test driving activities arranged in the market.
我相信在我们这个季度开启大订以后，在美国的表现一定会非常好。大家持续关注。
I am confident that once we open the order channel in the US market, the performance is going to be excellent. Please feel free to stay tuned.
Thank you.
好的，谢谢您。
Thank you, Mengyang. Our next question comes from the line of Daniel Lau from UE Capital. Please ask your question, Daniel.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, Daniel.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thanks, management, for taking my questions. I'm Daniel from UE Capital. I have two questions for management, and the first one in regard to the breakdown, geographic breakdown of the volumes, especially consider the company has achieved extraordinary result in 2023. So how do you see the evolvement or evolution of overseas markets as a % of the total deliveries in 2024 or ahead into your Vision 80 2028?
Yeah, thank you. We invite CFO Alexius to take this question. Alexius.
Thank you, Daniel. So you asked a very good question. Like we've mentioned during my presentation, 2023, the Chinese market contribution was about 30% of volume and about more than 40% of volume and 30% of sales. Now this number is slightly distorted, mainly because the other markets in the world will take more time to actually distribute the products through global international shipping. In 2024, China will represent about 40% despite more models out, like the Emeya that just began delivering last month. The UK and Europe will represent about 30% of the total volume. The US market about 20%, and the rest of the world, which is inclusive of APAC and also the Middle East, will represent the remaining 10%. This will be in favor of ex-China market into 2025. So China will probably be looking at about 35% in about 2025, with US and Europe taking up a big chunk. Now, in terms of revenue mix, we definitely have the highest ASP contribution, like of Middle East and others. But generally, ASP is managed very well through a global commercial.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So my second question is about infrastructure, because I noticed that the company has mentioned that you have already partnered with some charging stations across Europe and China. And also, can we have more details on the infrastructure or company's future plan on the charging stations? Because we know that the infrastructure right now in Europe and US seem to be like the bottleneck for the penetration increase of EV markets. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. I will invite CEO Mr. Fan to answer your question.
对电车来讲，这个充电设施的这个覆盖率，用户的这个方便性非常重要。首先我说一下中国我们自己建了一些这个超充站，主要是480千瓦的，这个充电的速度非常快，18分钟就可以跑400公里。我们自己建了很多，同时我们也链接了中国这个其他的公共充电的设施，所以我们的用户的充电是非常非常方便的。
It is very true that charging is pivotal to electric vehicle, and it is very important to bring such a convenience to our consumers. In China, we have self-built a lot of faster charging stations with 480 kilowatts. So if you charge your vehicle for 80 minutes, it can give you kilometers of range. Meanwhile, we have also cooperated with many public charging infrastructures and companies to further bring convenience to our.
在美国的话，我们和特斯拉已经签订，会利用特斯拉还有其他的公共这个充电桩，来为我们美国的用户提供这个充电的服务。
In the U.S. market, we have already collaborated with Tesla and other potential public charging infrastructure players to bring convenience to our consumers.
在欧洲呢，我们签订的战略合作伙伴，充电的战略合作伙伴是博士。博士在欧洲有这个几万个这个充电桩，有30多万个充电桩，那么这个也是给我们用户带来极大的便利。
In the EU market, our strategic partner is Bosch, who operates more than 30,000 charging stations, which can further bring convenience to our consumers.
Thank you.
Thank you again, and congrats company on the FY23 results.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. As a reminder, to ask a question, please press star 11 on your telephone. Our next follow-up question comes from the line of Edison Yu from Deutsche Bank. Please go ahead, Edison.
Hi. Want to also ask on the OPEX CapEx for this year? Can you provide us maybe any direction on where those are trending, or where you think those will trend?
Thank you. Edison, I will invite CFO Alexius to give you an answer on that question. Alexius, please.
Yes. Thank you, Edison. In 2020, the best way to understand this in sales numbers is that in 2023, a lot of investment has been put in place to actually expand the stores, build the network, and others. Now, we will think that our marketing budget in terms of OpEx for the branding marketing would, in the spectrum of distribution level expansion, would already have peaked in 2023. So on an overall perspective, the whole budget on the SG&A for both the OpEx and the CapEx side of things will remain probably flattish as compared to 2023, as we ramp up in terms of enjoy from the positive operating leverage and also the scale effect. Now, we definitely would have in place the necessary infrastructure, both in shipping, warehousing, logistics, to support growth trajectory all the way to 2025. So on that basis, we expect the 2024 OpEx and CapEx to remain on the same level as in 2023.
Thank you. And if I could just sneak in a bit of a longer term question, do we have any intention or any have we thought about trying to somehow return to F1 in any way? Obviously, the heritage in F1 is there, but I'm not sure if we're sort of contemplating kind of taking a more active role.
Yeah, thank you, Edison. We are surely very proud of our racing heritage and the passion for speed. I will invite the CEO, Mr. Feng, to answer your question. Ms. Feng, please.
首先 F1 赛车是我们高度关注的一个赛事吧。
For the F1 race, we definitely follow it closely.
现在还没有明确的计划什么时间进入，但是我们一直持续关注这项运动。那么目前我们首先在23年、24年，我们首先会进入的是我们Emeya 所做的 GT4。去年如果大家关注到的话，我们在格林匹治上 GT4 获得了冠军和亚军那么今年我们也会参加很多的一些比赛 GT4 的比赛，然后我们只能说我们再持续去关注 F1 这项运动在合适的时机我们再来考虑。
At this moment, we do not have a plan when we will go back to the F1 racetrack, but we are closely monitoring these sports. In 2023 and 2024, we are going to enter the GT4 race. I think last year in Macau Grand Prix, we have acquired the first and the second place. And this year, we are going to participate in more GT4 racing races. And in the same time, we will also follow closely with the F1 race.
Thank you.
Thank you. 谢谢方总。
Right. Thank you, Edison. Just a quick reminder, to ask a question, please press star 11 on your telephone keypad now.
Thanks, Amber. As we are waiting for more questions to come in, I also received 2 retailer questions, so I may raise it to the management instead of our curious guests. So the first question I received is that the gross margin, as management indicated, the gross margin in 2023 was already very strong, and in 2024 is expected to increase to 17 to 19%. And what do you think is the strong gross margin growth driver? I will stop here for answers. I will invite CEO Mr. Feng to first address to this question. Mr. Feng, please.
对，正如刚才所说的，2023年我们实现了15%的毛利，24年我们的毛利会持续上涨。
As we previously mentioned, in 2023 we have already acquired a good performance with a 15% gross margin.
这些上涨主要还是我们生活方式用车的利润率会更高一些，尤其是在中国，我们是直销的模式，毛利率是比较高的。
In 2024, we are expecting to see the gross margin increasing. Particularly, the increase is attributed from our lifestyle vehicle, and in China market, as we adopt a direct-to-customer model, the gross margin is going to be high.
另外，我们24年也会推出这个茶品案的高定，通过这个高定能够再提升我们的利润率。
In addition to that, in 2024, we will launch a Chapman bespoke service globally, which can further increase our gross margin.
同时也比较好的一消息是，就是我们的车型有 S 版本，也有 R 版本。这个 R 版本呢，这个订购量比我们的预期要高。R 版本的这个利润率也是高于这个 S 版本的。
Another good news is that as we have two different models for our Eletre S model and R model, the take rate of the R model is higher than our expectation, and the R model also provides us with greater gross profits.
从长期来看，我们在这个电动化和智能化领域里面建立起来的这种高技术的含量，未来我们还会有一些那么技术的授权，这也会提高我们很高的毛利率。
For long-term view, in the era of electrification and the intelligence-driven, we have already developed cutting-edge technologies which can help us to offer IP and licensing and can further boost our gross margin.
比如说，我们的高捷的自动驾驶，我们已经在对外进行高捷自动驾驶的工程服务和授权，已经在这个签订了一些这个合同，还正在签订的这个合同也正在有几家，尤其是欧洲的这个 OEM 也正在洽谈。
For example, our advanced autonomous driving technology, we have already providing engineering services and licensing to external parties. We have already signed the agreement with a couple of partners, and we are still negotiating with some potential cooperators in the EU.
持续的提升我们的毛利率是我们这个团队的目标。那么到2028年的时候，我们能够提升到30%这样的一个毛利水平。
To continuously improve our gross margin is that our ultimate target, and in 2028 we're expecting to achieve the gross margin of 30%.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Feng. And the second question I received is on the price. Considering that we see the price reduce over the past few months, do you expect to do any price cut or introduce a lower priced product? Thank you. I will invite CEO Mr. Feng to answer this question, please.
首先，我们非常幸运的是，我们进入到了一个并不是靠价格战而生存与发展的一个领域。我们还是要提供更高的这种用户价值和用户的情绪价值，来提升我们的这个销量和提高我们的毛利率。我们永远不会打价格战，也永远不会进入到这种低端的市场上去。
I think it's a fortunate thing that we are in the segment of not relying on the price war. The most important thing is to offer the value to our consumers and a sort of emotional connection to our consumers, so that to boost our sales volume and to boost our margins. And we are not going to enter the price war, and we are not going to lower our price and introduce any lower price models.
Thank you.
I will add on to this a little bit. Yeah. Lotus is an early mover in the electrification, given our full commitment to BEVs. We have a very great window of opportunities to go to the market with the right products, having the advantage that we don't have much of a competitive peers. We are there to fill the gap in a way whereby, as mentioned, we are going to more markets, more models, at the same time through more stores. The general market outlook remains positive. While there's pockets of slowdown globally, Lotus, the small brand, volume growth is not, pricing is not the most important determining factor in this particular luxury segment, as what our CEO, Mr. Feng, has mentioned. We need to continue to improve and maintain our execution so that we are on time to deliver our cars to the customers and excel in this customer experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fan and Aloysius. Amber, back to you.
Thank you. I am showing no further questions. Thank you very much for all your questions. I'll now turn the conference back to Ms. Demi Zhang for any additional closing comments.
Thank you, Amber. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today again. And now we will conclude the call very soon. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact Lotus Tech's IR team by email, by call, or online request, which you can find all listed on our website, which is ir.group-lotus.com. Now, I wish everybody have a great day, and this concludes the conference call. Thank you, management, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes today's conference call. Thank you for participating. You may now disconnect.